Bennington became the first municipality in Vermont to join a lawsuit aimed at pharmaceutical companies who manufacture medicinal opioids such as OxyContin and others that have often been used by healthcare providers for pain relief. The town select board voted unanimously on Monday, November 26, to sign a retainer agreement with Sanford Heisler Sharp, a public interest law firm that is seeking damages from several major pharmaceutical companies, contingent on a review by the town's legal counsel.
All in favor signify by aye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The town would not have to pay any costs for joining the lawsuit or risk other fees later on. If successful, revenues from the lawsuit would be split between the law firm and the municipalities and other parties bringing the legal action, with the money going to offset costs communities have endured for services such as additional law enforcement expenses, court services, foster care, and child placement. The lawsuit alleges that several major pharmaceutical manufacturers were remiss in failing to properly advise hospitals, doctors, and other healthcare professionals about the addictive potential of the pain medication products they were marketing. Those contributed to a huge spike in opioid use nationwide over the past 20 years or so, the lawsuit alleges, and fraudulent marketing and overprescribing of the opioid-based pain medication bears much of the responsibility for the huge increase in recent years of opioid-related overdoses and premature deaths. 4 local area women, collectively known as Fed Up Vermont, appeared before the Bennington Select Board earlier in November to encourage the Select Board to sign on to the lawsuit. Their testimony had a big impact, several Select Board members said.
I just wanted to let you know that I've probably lost count of how many people watched our meeting and specifically listened to your stories, and they were incredibly powerful. So for me, I was so hoping that Tom would start at that end of the table when he asked for our comments. So I'm going to say a little bit more tonight than I said the last time because I've had time to think about it. So anyway, I admire your courage, and I'm so appreciative of your willingness to speak the way you did 2 weeks ago. And I also meant to thank Dr. Dundas for his willingness to own his part in creating this crisis. I imagine that was not easy for him to do. He's a man of incredible integrity, and I should have thanked him that night, but I couldn't gather my thoughts quickly enough. So for me, this is just something else that we can do as a community to support the people that need our support in our community. So unless there's a downside that we don't know of at this point, I feel strongly that we should participate in the lawsuit.
3 of the 4 women were at the Select Board's meeting on Monday, and we spoke with them afterwards.
We're very pleased that they're willing to sign on and try to get some funding so that local solutions can be created. We know that this is a huge problem, and if we wait for monies to come from the state, more and more people are dying, and we don't want to see that. So if we can get funding locally, we can work on solutions locally. And we are thrilled that the Select Board has exhibited the courage to be the first.
Absolutely. We're very excited because we think that Bennington will set a precedent for other communities that we've approached about this. So they're the first of hopefully many communities in the state of Vermont, and it will benefit us all.
Have you had any conversations with some of the folks in the pharmaceutical industries that, have they responded to any of your questions or offered to give us their side of the story or something like that?
That'll happen in court, I believe.
No, we just see the pharmaceutical companies coming up with other medications stronger than OxyContin, and also trying to fix the problem that they have created.
With other pharmaceuticals.
So are you going to be working with the attorney that they're going to be talking to here and helping prepare the case or prepare whatever you're going to need to talk to them about?
The next step, yes. The attorneys will be coming to town whenever they need to speak specifically to the people necessary to make some decisions. And this is the first of many towns, hopefully.
The Fed Up Vermont group has organized several rallies in the local area over the past 2 years to raise awareness of the opioid crisis. According to other news reports, they have also approached the leaders of other communities, such as Rutland and Manchester, to join the lawsuit. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.